150 millions? Manchester United are ready for a major overhaul and midfield after officially securing a place in next season's Champions League. This is the key to unlocking a huge transfer budget, allowing the club's management to embark on a plan to overhaul the midfield, which is facing many changes. According to The Athletic, Manchester United have identified midfield as their top priority for upgrades, with veterans like Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte likely to leave this summer. The £150 million budget will be allocated specifically one star player worth £80 million, another around £40 million, and a promising prospect at £20 million. Here are the most frequently linked names. Group 1, replace Casemiro. Sandro Tonali. Sandro Tonali is one of the most complete modern midfielders in Europe right now. He can play as a deep-lying playmaker, no .8, or defensive midfielder depending on the system. Tonali covers huge distances every game, he presses aggressively, tracks runners, and maintains intensity for 90 minutes. His engine is one of his biggest assets. He reads danger well, intercepts passes, screens the backline effectively, and adapts to different defensive structures. He's especially strong in pressing systems. Tonali is very good at moving the ball forward quickly with vertical passes and switches of play. He helps teams escape pressure and start transitions. Unlike many deep midfielders, he can drive forward with the ball at speed and break lines through dribbling. He's decent physically, but not dominant in aerial duels compared to taller midfielders. He's not a classic physical ball-winning specialist like prime Casemiro. Tonali is a key player at Newcastle, so the chances of the transfer succeeding are not high. This guy's got a lot of fans. Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson is a modern box-to-box midfielder who combines intensity, ball carrying, and technical quality. Here's a breakdown of his game. One of his biggest assets, Anderson is very good at driving through midfield with the ball, especially in transition. He can beat pressure using close control and quick changes of direction. He plays with high energy and presses aggressively. Coaches value his willingness to track back, duel, and cover ground for 90 minutes. Comfortable receiving under pressure and turning away from markers, he doesn't panic easily in tight spaces. He looks forward early and can break lines with vertical passes, particularly effective in quick transitional attacks. Confident, fearless, and competitive. Of course, this guy has weaknesses. Still inconsistent with goals and assists. He gets into promising positions, but decision-making near the box can improve. Sometimes presses too eagerly and leaves space behind him. Positioning off the ball still needs refinement. He's an outstanding player, so naturally Forest are demanding over £100 million for him. And you won't like this, he likes Man City. In my opinion, these two guys will be hard to buy, and I also prefer the next two players. Rio Ferdinand really likes this guy. Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton is one of the most technically gifted young midfielders in the Premier League right now. He usually plays as a deep-lying playmaker or controlling midfielder for Crystal Palace and England national football team. His biggest weapon is his passing range. He constantly looks forward instead of recycling possession safely. He can switch play, break lines, and find runners early with either short or long passes. Wharton stays calm even when pressed aggressively. His first touch and awareness help him escape tight areas and keep possession moving. Gareth Southgate specifically praised his ability to receive the ball comfortably. His scanning, positioning, and understanding of space are elite for his age. Coaches and analysts often mention that he sees things others don't. Unlike many holding midfielders, he creates real attacking opportunities. He has produced big chances and dangerous through balls consistently from deeper midfield zones. He's not explosive, but he glides past pressure with smart body positioning and quick turns. His take-on success rate is very strong for a deep midfielder. He can be beaten physically in transitions or isolated defensive situations. Some analysts point out that he gets dribbled past too often when pressing aggressively. He is not dominant in the air and can struggle against stronger, more physical midfielders. Because he constantly attempts progressive passes, his pass completion numbers can look lower than more conservative midfielders. It's high risk, high reward. Crystal Palace are demanding an extremely high price. Some sources say around £60 million, £80 million plus, or even close to £100 million. Finally, my favorite player, Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba is viewed as one of the most promising young defensive midfielders in the Premier League right now. At his best, he looks like a modern ball-winning No. 6 with elite athleticism and huge upside, but he's still raw in several areas. Baleba's biggest quality is his ability to recover possession. He's aggressive in duels, presses hard, and covers huge spaces defensively. His interception numbers and recoveries have been among the best for Premier League midfielders. He's explosive over short distances and powerful in physical battles. He can defend large areas alone, which is extremely valuable in modern football. Scouts regularly highlight his stamina, pace, and intensity. One underrated part of his game is progressing the ball through dribbling. He can burst past pressure and drive his team up the pitch quickly, especially in transition. Even under pressure, he often stays calm and uses his body well to shield the ball. That makes him useful against high-pressing teams. Because he plays aggressively, he can sometimes dive into tackles, lose positional discipline, force risky carries or passes that can hurt his team against elite opposition. One major criticism during the 2025-26 season was inconsistency. Some reports and fan discussions noted big swings in form throughout the campaign. He still relies heavily on athleticism rather than elite reading of the game. Older defensive midfielders often control tempo and positioning better. The player has reached a personal agreement. The only remaining issue is the price. Recently, there have been many rumors circulating about this guy, Aurelian Tchouameni, but I think this is unlikely to happen. So, you must be tired by now. Let's pause the video, have a cup of coffee, and then we'll continue. Group 2 replaced Ugarte. A budget of around £40 to £50 million has also been set aside to find a replacement for Manuel Ugarte, who has failed to impress after 2 seasons. There are 3 notable names. The first one, Ederson. Ederson is one of the most complete box-to-box midfielders in Serie A right now. He plays mainly as a dynamic central midfielder in Atalanta BC's aggressive, high-intensity system. Think of him as a high-energy two-way midfielder. Excellent for pressing teams. Strong defensively, technically secure, but not a pure deep playmaker. His contract runs until 2027, so Atalanta wants to sell him this summer to maximize his transfer value. And we will have to compete with Atletico Madrid. The second guy, Joao Gomes is an energetic ball-winning midfielder known for his aggressive pressing, strong tackling, and high work rate. He excels at winning duels, recovering possession, and carrying the ball through pressure. His intensity and defensive contribution make him very effective in fast-paced systems. However, his creative passing and attacking output are still limited. He can also be overly aggressive at times, leading to fouls or positional gaps. Overall, he is a strong defensive midfielder with excellent energy and mentality, but still developing technically and tactically. Wolverhampton's relegation has caused Joao Gomes' transfer value to plummet to around £40 million, but we have to compete with Liverpool and Atletico Madrid. Next up is a highly sought-after young player who has given Arsenal fans a scare. This is also the guy I like, Mateus Fernandes. Mateus Fernandes is a modern central midfielder who combines technical quality with strong ball-carrying ability. He is comfortable as a no-8, deeper playmaker or advanced midfielder, and his profile fits possession-based systems. His ceiling depends on physical development, defensive maturity, and improving final third productivity. Stylistically, he shares traits with midfielders who prioritize progression and control rather than pure defensive dominance. According to several recent transfer sources, Manchester United have stepped up interest and are among the leading contenders. The player himself is reportedly quite open to a move to Old Trafford. If West Ham United are relegated, the likelihood of selling Fernandes will increase significantly. Points that make the deal uncertain, Arsenal and PSG are also closely monitoring the player. West Ham are demanding a very high price, possibly £60 million, £70 million or more. Manchester United are still considering several other targets. In this list, the 3 players I just mentioned are the most likely candidates, but we also have a few other players such as Bournemouth's duo Alex Scott and Tyler Adams. With their qualification for European competition next season officially secured, Bournemouth will undoubtedly do everything they can to retain their key players. Next up is Angelo Stiller, the young midfielder from Stuttgart. Tinhangia Manchester United the Angelo Stiller BTHU Rakland MDN Vau Kun Kui Thang 8 2025 GCC by Tsao Kimu Gianpi Kotrong via Theo Gugi Carlos Baleba. We have Manu Kone from AS Roma. This player was previously linked with Manchester United during this winter transfer window. Group 3. A third midfielder could be brought in for a price of around £20 million. Currently, Manchester United scouts are closely monitoring the progress of Shea Charles, who plays for Southampton. Chances of signing Shea Charles have widened even further after Southampton were eliminated from the Premier League playoffs due to a spying scandal. And we can't forget Hayden Hackney, Michael Carrick's former player. He is a modern, versatile, and progressive central midfielder. Despite recently recovering from injury, he boasts impressive statistics this season with 6 goals and 8 assists in 40 matches. In the Championship, Hackney stands out with an average of 5 successful tackles and 5 point-for-ball recoveries per game. These are the 2 young midfielders who have been mentioned most frequently recently. However, the purchase of this third midfielder depends on Manchester United's budget, after they have already bought 2 key midfielders. It's not out of the question that we might see a young player from the Carrington Academy get a chance. Manchester United are sure to have a busy summer. For me, the dream trio would be Baleba, Mateus Fernandes, and Hayden Hackney. And you, which player do you like? Leave a comment.